When my mother died, I was just 11. It was the worst day of my life. But I thought at least I still had my dad. I thought he would protect me, but I was wrong. 2 years later, he married Auntie Bosse, and my life became a living hell. Auntie Bosse had 2 kids of her own, Toby and Fumi. She treated them like gold, but for me, I was the maid. If the house was dirty, it was my fault. If the food wasn't ready on time, it was my fault. If anything went wrong, it was always me. I remember one day, Toby broke a glass cup while playing. Auntie Bosse didn't even ask who did it. She slapped me hard across the face and shouted, "Why are you so useless? Is it because your mother isn't here?" That night, I cried myself to sleep, wishing my mom could come back and save me. It got worse when my dad traveled for work. He worked in Abuja and only came home once every 2 months. When he was around, Auntie Bosse would pretend to be nice, but the moment he left, the real her came out. She stopped giving me food sometimes. If I wanted to eat, I would have to sneak into the kitchen late at night. Once, she caught me and locked me outside in the cold until morning. Toby and Fumi would laugh at me, calling me the house girl. I started doing badly in school because she wouldn't let me study. If I tried to do my homework, she would call me to wash plates or clean the house. I remember failing a math test and hearing her laugh as she said, "You are just like your mother, good for nothing." But I wasn't good for nothing. I was stronger than she thought. I started waking up earlier than everyone else to study. I would finish all my chores before anyone could complain. I stopped letting her words get to me. I told myself that one day I would leave that house and never look back. The turning point came when my school announced a scholarship exam. The winner would get free tuition to the best boarding school in the state. I knew this was my chance. I studied like my life depended on it. Sometimes, I would hide my books under my bed and read with a small torchlight after everyone was asleep. The day of the exam, I was so nervous, but I gave it my all. When the results came out, I couldn't believe it. I came first. I had won the scholarship. When I told my dad, he was so proud, but Auntie Bosse wasn't happy. She said, "Why waste money sending her to a big school? She'll still fail." But my dad ignored her. For the first time, he stood up for me and said, "This is her chance and she's taking it." Leaving that house was the happiest day of my life. At boarding school, I finally had peace. I didn't have to wash anyone's clothes or sleep hungry. I focused on my studies and I did well. Years later, when I had graduated and got my first job, I came back to that house. Auntie Bosse looked surprised to see me, successful and confident. She tried to act friendly, but I didn't stay long. I just wanted her to see that despite everything she did, I made it. Now, whenever I look back, I smile, not because of the pain, but because I rose above it. I'm stronger than she'll ever know.